Welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna Coles, and today we're going to talk about eggs. Eggs are a great source of nutrition. When we talk about eggs, they only have 72 calories, less than 1 gram of carbohydrates, and 6 grams of protein. So all in that little bitty shell, you have a lot of vitamins, minerals, and nutrients to get you throughout the day. However, sometimes we're a little mystified with the hard-boiled egg. Now, there's a lot of theories about how to boil them, make sure they're not rubbery, the green ring, all those things. And we're going to demystify some of that for you today and show you how to cook the perfect hard-boiled egg. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is choose the right egg. A lot of times fresh eggs, they don't have time to develop that air sac within the shell, so they're a little bit harder to peel. So if you know that you're going to have an event and you want to have deviled eggs, or you want to do something with the eggs, you want to make sure to pick 7 to 10 day old eggs. So you might purchase your eggs in advance and leave them in the refrigerator. If you have hens at home, you can always choose your older eggs when boiling eggs. It's going to make it a little bit easier to peel. So after you've chosen your eggs, you want to put them in a large saucepan where they all can lay on one layer, because if they're stacked on top of each other, they're not going to get that gentle, even boil. So single layer in a pan, and then you want to fill it with cold water. Cold water is important because we want to make sure to bring that up to a boil, and so they're all evenly and consistently boiled. You want to have the water 1 inch over the egg so that it has plenty of room to boil. And then all you need to do is go ahead and start. So here we have an induction burner. We have our eggs in here and 1 inch of water. So we're just going to turn this on, and we need it to come to a full rolling boil. And once it does, we're going to put the top on the saucepan, take it off of the heat, and let it boil for about 12 minutes. This is going to keep our whites from becoming rubbery. It's going to prevent that green ring that sometimes you get that's not dangerous. It's just sometimes unsightly with your deviled eggs. That comes from boiling too fast, too hard with your boiling water. So when removing that, we're going to solve a lot of those issues. So we're going to wait for this to come to a rolling boil, put the top on, and then remove it from the heat for 12 minutes for large eggs. If they're a little bit smaller, you can do 9 minutes. And if they're a little bit larger, we probably need to let it sit for 15 minutes. And now we're going to pour the hot water out and replace it with ice. The cooling process makes the cooking process stop. That's why we add the ice. The other thing it allows a little bit of air between the shell and the egg to make it peel easier. So we just want to cool down our eggs, stop that cooking process, and then we'll be ready to shell the eggs. Pick them up and they're cool to touch. They're ready to go ahead and start peeling them. So the air sac on your egg is like right in this area here. So if we go ahead and kind of crack it there, and then I have this bowl to kind of capture our shells. If you'd like to recycle them, you can use your shells in your garden or in your compost pile. But this makes it easier to peel these eggs. And so I'm just going to continue to peel them, and then we'll have hard-boiled eggs that you can make deviled eggs, egg salad, or you can just do these on Sunday and you can have an egg every single day of the week. And you can kind of switch it up, maybe add some seasonings to it. But what a great source of protein that you have each and every day. Okay, so you can peel your eggs if you're going to utilize them or eat them that day. However, if you're going to meal prep for the entire week, it's best to leave those eggs in the shell. Put them in an airtight container in the refrigerator, and they'll store up to 1 week. That way they won't absorb the other odors of your fridge and stay fresher longer. And so there's all kinds of recipes. You can go to our Plan, Eat, Move website, look under recipes, and search particularly for some of our egg recipes, and find some great healthy, nutritious, and affordable recipes for you and your family. But we have these eggs peeled now, and we're just going to take and cut into one just to kind of take a look and see how we have the perfect hard-boiled egg. As you can see, there's not a green ring there. The yolk is nice. It's all hard all the way through, and this packs a nutritious punch for your week. And even though egg prices have come down from the record highs, they're still a very affordable source of protein. So if you have questions about egg preparation or need some recipe inspirations, make sure to contact your local extension office and we'd be happy to help. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.